What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Rankin video, and this is the first Rankin video since I've come back from a hiatus. And today I will be ranking every movie I watched for the first time in June of 2023. Yes, so if you saw the video, where I post my comeback video, I said that that I'm not going to be able to do the May list because I got rid of my old Letterboxd account, which had that list on there, and I didn't save it on my phone. So, yeah. But I will be doing June, and that's what I'm doing today. So, yeah. All right. So, in June, I watched 16 movies for the first time. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay, so coming in at number 16, my least favorite movie I watched for the first time in June, that is Cars 3. Yeah, I actually watched Cars 2 also in May, but that was one of the movies I watched in May. But yeah, Cars 3, I'm not a big Cars fan. I had to watch this one and Cars 2 because of the Pixar ranking I'm still working on. I'm actually almost done with it. All I need to watch now is the new one that just came out, Elemental. But I need to wait for that to come on Disney Plus. But yeah, Cars 3, it's better in Cars 2, but not better in Cars 1, but I'm not even a big Cars fan to begin with. It's just, whatever. I don't plan on watching it ever again. It's just whatever. So yeah, that's number 16. Okay, number 15 is a Paul Thomas Anderson film that is Phantom Thread, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Phantom Thread, to be honest. I thought it was kind of boring. It started out kind of interesting, but as it kept going, it just dragged, and I just wasn't a big fan of it. Daniel Day-Lewis is good, and so is the actress, the lead actress. I forgot her name, but yeah, they were both good in the movie, but just wasn't a fan. Yeah, that's number 15, Phantom Thread. Okay, number 14, I actually own on DVD, even though I'm not a big fan of this movie, but I don't know. I'll keep it just for now. Maybe I'll rewatch it someday. Number 14 is a Richard Linklater film that is Fast Food Nation, starring a shitload of actors. Yeah, this movie, wasn't a big fan of it. I appreciate the message behind it, but I just didn't think it was that great of a movie, and there were too many characters to follow in this film, and there was only two characters I liked, which were Ethan Hawke's character and Ashley Johnson's character. But that's mostly just because I like Ethan Hawke as an actor. He's one of my favorites, and anytime he's in a Richard Linklater film, you're going to get something good. And Ashley Johnson I have a big crush on, so yeah. Yeah, wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan of Fast Food Nation. It's one of my least favorite Richard Linklater films right now. Yeah, but I do own it, so yeah. That's number 14, Fast Food Nation. Okay, my number 13 is the very first Lars von Trier film I've ever seen, and that is The House That Jack Built. I think I want to say that came out in 2018 and stars Matt Dillon. Also, Uma Thurman was in it as well. Yeah, I don't know if this was really a great start for Lars, or at least I don't know if this was I don't think this was the movie to start with Lars von Trier for me, because I didn't love this movie. I actually, I liked it up until the ending. The ending ruined it for me. I really did not like the ending at all. It was like the rest of the movie was pretty much realistic until that ending, and it just ruined it for me. If you've seen the movie, you should know what I'm talking about. But Matt Dillon is very good in the film. Plays this serial killer named Jack, and it's really interesting. It's just interesting seeing a movie, where the protagonist is a serial killer. I mean, I'm sure that's not the only movie that does that, but and we've seen movies where the protagonist is a piece of shit, but yeah, House that Jack Built, I liked it until the ending, so the ending ruined it for me, so that's why it's low on the list. Yeah, that's why it's number 13, The House that Jack Built. Number 12 is Monster, released in 2003, starring Charlize Theron and Christina Ricci. Oh, and also Bruce Dern is in it too. Yeah. Aside from the two lead performances, I wasn't a big fan of this movie. Unfortunately, because I wanted to watch this movie for the longest time. I've heard pretty good things, for the most part, about this film. Mostly about Charlize Theron's performance, and she is fantastic in this film. I think she even won an Oscar, too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and Christina Ricci, too, is also very good, and they have great chemistry together. That was the only thing I really cared about this movie. I don't know. I didn't like the cinematography very much. I didn't like the editing. The story was alright, but could have been better. It is based on a true story. Yeah, Monster, wasn't a big fan of it. It was alright, though, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another watch someday. I don't know. But yeah, Monster, that is number 12. Okay, coming in at number 11. Now, a lot of you are probably going to be mad at me for putting this movie so low on the list. Because, well, kind of low on the list. Because this movie is very beloved. And it was the Best Picture winner of last year. Yes. That is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I got this Blu-ray from my cousin Cade, who you might know from the Your Cousins Are Critics episodes, the podcast. He got me that for my birthday. He really liked the movie. I liked it to some extent. I thought it was pretty good, for the most part, but the story was really hard to follow, and I just, didn't really connect with the characters all that much, and, performances for the most part, except for, Jamie Lee Curtis, were great. I think definitely Michelle Yeoh and, the other guy, what's his name? Kai-Hu Kwan? Maybe I'm saying his name right. The guy from Temple of Doom, who played Short Round, and also The Goonies. Yeah. They were both really good in this movie, and probably Oscar well-deserved from both of them. Well, okay, actually, I think Brendan Gleeson should have won Best Supporting Actor for The Banshees of Inisherin. However, though, Jamie Lee Curtis winning Best Supporting Actress for this movie, what? She was barely in this damn movie, and she won Best Supporting Actress. I don't understand that. Especially when Stephanie Hsu, who plays the daughter in this movie, she was also nominated, and she deserved the Oscar, not Jamie Lee Curtis. It makes no sense. I guess just because everybody loves Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm not a Jamie Lee Curtis fan, by the way. I think she's a very overrated actress. But, not even that good of an actress, in my opinion. But, yeah. That's the only thing I hate about this movie, is that she won Best Supporting Actress. But beside that, it's a decent movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece like everyone else does, and it's not even my favorite movie of last year. That would be The Whale. But it's a decent movie. I need to give it another watch. Maybe I'll like it a little bit better. I don't know. I did actually rewatch Swiss Army Men, which was directed by the same guys, the Daniels. That movie I honestly thought was better than this. I love Swiss Army Man. I rewatched that. I actually reviewed that movie long ago on this channel. Yeah, not too long after I started this channel, I reviewed that movie. Check it out if you want. And I rewatched it and I liked it even better than the first time. I like really loved it. And I thought it was better than Everything Everywhere. But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once, that is my number 11. Okay, coming in at number 10, we have another Pixar movie that is Luca, which was released in 2021. And I thought it was pretty good. I thought the premise was pretty cool, pretty interesting, although it's not the first to do that. I mean, I guess Little Mermaid and also Splash, directed by Ron Howard, which I actually watched in May. That was one of the movies I watched in May, and I loved that movie. I really enjoyed Splash with Tom Hanks and what's her name? Daryl Hannah, also John Candy as well. That movie reminded me of this one, or Luca reminded me of Splash. That is, sorry, that was my phone. But yeah, Luca really reminded me of Splash, and I like Splash better, but I still enjoyed Luca. I thought it was pretty cool. Not my favorite Pixar movie, not even close, but it was good though. It was pretty good. There's another Pixar movie on this list I liked better. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, Luca, that is number 10. Okay, coming at number 9, we have a documentary that is Happy Happy Joy Joy, the Ren and Stimpy story, which I think was released in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a documentary about my favorite cartoon ever, that is Ren and Stimpy. I'm a huge Ren and Stimpy fan. Great cartoon, really funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty cool documentary just about how it was made and stuff, you know. There were some boring moments I didn't really like about the film, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good. Although the last, say, 10 minutes of the film was pretty disturbing, honestly, because it was about how the creator, John Kay, it was about his relationships with underage girls, and yeah, that was not pleasant to watch. And some people might not like Ren and Stimpy anymore just because of that. I'm not like that. I tend to separate the art from the artist. I still love Ren and Stimpy. You know, I don't care that the guy who created it is a pedophile. I mean, yeah, that sucks, but he's still a talented dude, and I respect him for that, for creating my favorite cartoon ever made. So I respect him for that. Don't like him as a person, but I respect him as an artist. But yeah, it's a pretty good documentary. Not great, but like I said, some parts of it's a little bit boring, and also the last 10 minutes are pretty disturbing. But yeah, but a decent documentary nonetheless. Happy Happy Joy Joy, that is number 9. Okay, coming at number 8, we have a very weird and over the top. I mean, this guy has done so many over the top films. This is a Nicolas Cage movie that is Vampire's Kiss, which came out in 1987, 88, something like that. Probably one of, if not, the first over the top Nicolas Cage performance. He is very over the top in this film. Just about him thinking that he is a vampire. That's the movie. And holy shit, he makes this movie. He makes this movie good. If it wasn't for him, I don't think this... I mean, to be fair, this movie is not really that good, but Nicolas Cage makes the movie good. He is fucking awesome in this movie. So over the top. And, just like his acting, his facial expressions, especially that one shot of him that is memed to death, with him doing that weird smile, that whatever it is, yeah, that came from this movie. And yeah, there's just so many funny moments with him. Yeah, this is a very crazy movie. If you're a big Nicolas Cage fan, and you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it because it's great. For his performance, that is. It's great. Yeah, Vampire's Kiss, that is number 8. Okay, number 7. This is my first Studio Ghibli movie. Yes, that is, of course, I think the one that everybody loves from Studio Ghibli, that is Spirited Away. Finally got to see it. And I understand the hype. I think it's very good. It was a very good movie. I kind of feel like maybe the more I watch it, the more I'll like it. But I still enjoyed it for the most part. It was really cool. Even funny at times. Like, there's some surprisingly really good humor in this movie. Yeah. Spirited Away, I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more Studio Ghibli films. Yeah, that was my first. So, yeah. Spirited Away, that is number 7. Okay, number 6 is a movie starring Robin Williams, a very underrated movie of his, that is 1 Hour Photo. And this movie is disturbing. This movie is very creepy. Robin Williams plays this guy named Sai. He works at a photo lab in a store, and he seems like a nice guy, but he is really creepy though. He is very creepy, and he's obsessed with this certain family too. Robin Williams is fantastic in this film. This is definitely one of his best performances, without a doubt. He is outstanding. Yeah, and the character Sai, I actually, even though he's creepy, I think the character is very interesting, and honestly, I kind of felt bad for him too, because if you've seen the movie, by the end of the film, you actually do know why he's the way he is, and it's actually pretty sad. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, yeah, very very creepy movie, but I still really enjoyed it though. Yeah, 1 Hour Photo, that is number 6. Okay, number 5 is the third and last Pixar movie on this list. That is Onward, which was released in 2020, starring what's that guy's name? Tom Holland? Is that his name? The Spider-Man guy, the third Spider-Man actor. Not Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, the other guy. I think it's Tom Holland, if I'm not mistaken. And also Chris Pratt, too. Yeah, Chris Pratt. I actually really enjoyed this movie, surprisingly. I didn't think I would. I did not think I would like this movie, but I did. I ended up really liking it. It's just a really interesting premise, just about like these magical creatures and whatnot who live in a modern world where they don't even use their magic. It's pretty interesting. And it's also about these two brothers too. Mostly it's about these two brothers who try to bring their dad back to life, and it's or at least for like a little short period of time so they can talk to him. Yeah, it's really good. Excuse me, it's a really good movie. It's very underrated. Like, no one talks about this movie, and I haven't really heard a whole lot of positive things about it. But I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Onward, that is number 5. Okay, coming in number 4, we have another Paul Thomas Anderson film, that is Magnolia. I actually had to buy this on DVD because I couldn't find it streaming anywhere. But I definitely get the hype of this movie. This is a very, very good PTA film. Not my favorite. I like There Will Be Blood and Punch Drunk Love better than this, but I think this is this is probably my third favorite. I think I just spoiled the top three of my PTA ranking that I will do next. That'll be my next video. But yeah, I really like this movie a lot, and it's 3 hours long, but it didn't feel that way. It actually went by pretty quick. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I like John C. Reilly's character. I think he was my favorite. He was a cop, and also Tom Cruise is very good in the film. I'm not even a big Tom Cruise fan, but this is one of the few performances that I really enjoyed from him. And Philip Seymour Hoffman too, as well, is great. Really everybody's good in this movie. But it's a very good movie. Although I will say, the third act, what the fuck? This is coming from someone who hates frogs too. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything else. But yeah, I have a fear of frogs. So that third act, that third act was kind of turned into a horror movie for me. Just about. But other than that, though, this is a great film. Magnolia, that is number 4. Okay, coming in at number 3, we have a movie that I finally got to see. This is a movie I've been wanting to watch for a long time. Finally got to watch it, and I really enjoyed it, but I kind of feel like Spirited Away. I feel like maybe the more times I watch it, the more I'll love it. But I still really liked it. That is Frank, directed by Lenny Abrahamson, and it stars Michael Fassbender, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Donald Gleason. And it's a really weird movie about this musician named Frank who never takes off this head that he wears. But it's really cool. It's a really cool and weird movie that I really enjoyed. Michael Fassbender as Frank is fantastic. Donald Gleason's very good, and so is Maggie Gyllenhaal. And the music in this movie is great too. I really like their band. They're really interesting. And I've been obsessed with the song that closes the movie, the song called "I Love You All." Amazing song. I love that song so much. Look up Frank, "I Love You All" if you haven't seen this movie. And even if you don't really have any interest, at least listen to the song "I Love You All." It's great. And I should mention too, the ending is amazing. I love the ending. It's already one of my favorite movie endings ever. I don't think the movie is as good as the ending, but the ending is like a 10 out of 10 ending for me. The movie itself is just like an 8 out of 10, at least for now. You know, maybe I'll grow to love it whenever I rewatch it, but I still really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, really good. Frank, that is number 3. Okay, coming at number 2, we have a Rob Reiner film, and that is When Harry Met Sally. I actually bought this on my birthday. That was before watching it, obviously. And I loved it. I loved this movie. This was great. This is a great rom-com starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. They are so good in this movie, and they have great chemistry. Just about these two people who don't really like each other at first, and then they start becoming friends, but they're still kind of questioning whether or not they actually like each other more than friends. You know, it's really, really interesting, really cool, really good movie. It's funny too, and it has, of course, that famous scene with Meg Ryan having an orgasm at the diner. But it's a great movie though. I love it, and yeah, it's my as of right now, it's my second favorite Rob Reiner film after Stand By Me. But I love it. When Harry Met Sally, that is number 2. All right, and my number 1 favorite movie that I watched for the first time in June of 2023. That is Midsommar. Yes. Midsommar. I had this. Cade got me this for Christmas. For Christmas, along with Hereditary, actually too. And we did watch Hereditary. And did a Your Cousins Are Critics episode on that. Really good movie too. I even rewatched it before I watched this one, and it's a really good movie. But however, I don't think it's Ari Aster's best film. Then again, I haven't seen Beau is Afraid yet, but which I think I accidentally called what was it? Beau is Afraid or something like that on the channel by accident. I might have, but yeah, I don't know how to spell, so Beau is Afraid. I'm looking forward to that. But however, though, Midsommar, I absolutely loved this movie. This is just batshit crazy insanity, but I still loved it. And of course, it has Florence Pugh, who I love so much. She is now like one of my top celebrity crushes, especially after watching this movie. I liked her a lot before I saw this too, but yeah, she is amazing in this movie. And the guy who plays Christian, her boyfriend, is very good too. Will Poulter's in this movie as well, and he's not bad. I kind of wish he was in it more, but yeah, it's a very strange movie, especially in the third act. It gets really strange. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And it even has probably the strangest sex scene I have ever seen in a movie. And you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. But no, I loved it though. I loved this movie. It was just so crazy, weird, fucked up, even more fucked up in Hereditary, but that's why I loved it. It was awesome. I loved Midsommar. It was so good. And again, just one more time, Florence Pugh, amazing. Yeah. Midsommar, that is my number one favorite movie that I watched for the first time of June 2023. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There is my ranking for all the movies I watched for the first time in June 2023. In the comments, give me your favorite and least favorite movies that I mentioned, and also what movies did you watch for the first time in June. Yeah. Alright, so stay tuned. Next Wednesday I will be releasing my my ranking for Paul Thomas Anderson's films, and then the week after that will be my ranking for J.J. Abrams films. So look out for those, along with some other videos coming soon. Yeah. Excuse me. I started choking on my own spit. I'm sorry. That's the great thing about this channel. I don't edit anything out. Anyways, I'll see you later. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. And I'll see you later. Alright. Peace.